Hey guys, welcome back to Ultima Games, and today we're talking about part 2 of Summer Games Fest. We got a lot more games to talk about, a lot more interesting titles. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. The first game on our list is Alan Wake 2. Now I gotta say, this was one of the best looking trailers that I've seen from this event, and it really shows in the gameplay. Even for a game and still in early development, the gameplay and gunplay seem pretty fluid as well. With the environments looking nicely detailed, this game just oozes that horror atmosphere. Now I know I'm only really giving props to this game's graphics, but with such early gameplay footage, it's easily the best part of the trailer, along with the teases of what's to come when the game is in further development. Now, this game is a survival horror title, and it's expected to have lots of good scares, intense combat sections, and I know fans have been waiting a long time to get their hands on this, but don't worry, you're almost there, friends. Now, the next title on our list is a mobile game, but bear with me, people, it's a fairly fun looking game. Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis is a turn-based mobile RPG, and it looks like it's going to give us a lot of insight into the world of Final Fantasy VII, and it's going to be covering a lot about the game and its characters. We will even get us some story bits of a younger Sephiroth and his journey into who he became in the Final Fantasy VII remakes. Right now you can sign up for the closed betas and pre-register, so sign up now if you're interested and want to check it out. I highly recommend giving this a shot. Even though it's a mobile game, it looks interesting. I highly want to recommend trying it out. And the game just looks good for a mobile game. Mobile games have gotten way better over the years. The next game up on our list is Banisher's Ghosts of New Eden. Now this game is a third-person action game that focuses on magic and melee combat. This game looks like a combination of God of War and Forspoken. That means lots of magic, fighting monsters, and saving the undead from themselves. The premise of this game really has my attention, and I can't wait to see what kind of story they're going to tell with this kind of game. I really love the vibe and the combat style. The gameplay looks like you'll be able to wield multiple types of magic, using guns, using swords for melee combat. You'll even have some kind of a spectral partner who will be with you for your journey through this new action-adventure game. This game also gives me a bit of vibes like Shadow of Mordor, when you have Talion and Celebrimbor, going back and forth with each other. I'm curious to see how this game does with its dynamics, so hopefully we can see more later on. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to get my hands on it. Path of Exile 2 is a top-down RPG from Grinding Gear Games and is a game similar to Diablo in which you'll face off against monsters, the undead, and collect hordes of loot. This new installment was shown off a bit at this year's Summer Game Fest, and it is shaping up to be a great game. This game is going to have a lot of intense battles where you fight hordes of enemies, learn new abilities, and see the world and its characters trying to make it through this dark age. It's a good time to be an RPG fan since so many amazing games have been announced for this genre. We are also getting more info in July, which will probably show off even more gameplay and an overview of the game. I can't wait to play this. I'm super excited. I want to try Path of Exiles 1 since it's free, so go check it out if you haven't played it. Now I'll be honest, I know nothing about Warhammer 40k series, but this game looks absolutely badass. This game just reminds me of the good old Gears of War days back in high school. The story, the gameplay, the graphics are all top tier. When I watched the trailer for the first time, I was super pumped, and by the time it was over, I wanted to play the game right away. And this game looks like you'll be fighting off hordes of alien creatures using a nice variety of weapons to do so. There also seems to be 4-player co-op for this game's campaign, which is great for those who love playing co-op campaigns. I also really like the fact that this game has co-op because a lot of games don't really include that anymore. Halo is a perfect example of a game that had it before, but nowadays Halo doesn't have anything or any kind of co-op of the sort. So it's great to see, another series doing something, so much better, even if it's online. Especially playing through the campaign, it's so worth it. The next game on our list is Yes Your Grace. In this game, you'll be doing a lot to manage your kingdom and make sure it survives. Yes Your Grace is such a unique looking game with its pixel art style and it gives it this great look that really shines when you see the cutscenes and the environments while playing the game. Aside from the amazing visuals, you'll be managing your kingdom and making sure your subjects are taken care of so that your kingdom can prosper and you can survive the impending war. This game will have you managing resources, doing side quests for your subjects, all while playing for future skirmishes in the game. Definitely one of the more interesting looking titles. I'm curious about this game. I've never done too many, resource management type games before, but I'm definitely interested in this just because of the art style alone. It's a fantastic looking game. Over the last few months, we've gotten some pretty good coverage of Witchfire, but its newest trailer of the game was definitely one of the best and really made the game shine. This game does remind me of a medieval Doom where you wield magic and shoot your way through waves of enemies. This game is a fast-paced FPS that looks like it'll offer some interesting challenges as you play through the game and while seeing what it has to offer. I'm most excited about the cool combinations that I'm going to get to use in order to get through this game. I wonder what kind of cool abilities we'll get to use as we get to higher difficulties later on in the game. Doom offered a really good challenge for its endgame content, so I'm very curious to see what this game plans to do once you beat it. There's different combinations. What else can I do? Is there any challenge modes of any kind? I'm definitely interested in this game. I can't wait to try it when it comes out. Remnant 2 is a co-op third-person shooter that has players facing off against all types of creatures, even machines and mechs. Remnant 2 looks like a Dark Souls with guns type of game, and it looks like it works here. I haven't tried the first game, but I'm curious about the game and its mechanics after watching some gameplay of it. I gotta say, it looks like a fun time. I also gotta love how simple the interface is, because usually that's an indicator of a game to have some real teeth to it, and is gonna be some kind of hard challenges to overcome. I want to try this game, and I want to see if it truly is a Dark Souls inspired shooter. Graphics wise, I've seen gameplay for this game, and it definitely has a much better look to it than the first game did, which is very welcome for this game since it has a nice art style and it's just a joy to look at all the mayhem while playing. I definitely want to try this game. I hope it's going to be hard and a challenge. We don't really have too many shooting games that are like Dark Souls inspired. Okay, hear me out. Imagine a game similar to Abzu or Firewatch, but with a darker tone and set solely underwater, but full of intrigue and slight horror vibes. That game is Under the Waves. This Summer Games Fest trailer shows a bit of the game as you explore the depths and uncover what seems to be some kind of mystery. Games like these always have interesting stories, and they're loads of fun and full of atmosphere. I wonder if it'll tell a story like Firewatch, where you're only able to communicate via radio as you explore to uncover an even bigger mystery, and to watch the story play out as you watch your character unravel the mystery themselves. Games like these are always interesting, they're fun, they're full of atmosphere. Next on the list is a JRPG that just gives off that Genshin Impact vibe and anime art style that just fits so perfectly with its in-game graphics. When I saw this game, I was pretty interested in it since I liked Genshin Impact and its gameplay. Here we have a turn-based JRPG that looks visually stunning. The anime art style in games have really come far over the years, and it really shows in games like this and in others like Persona and Tales of. Games like this usually end up with a solid fan base. I'm curious if people will take to this more than they do Genshin Impact. Overall, I like JRPGs, so I can't wait to try it and see if this game will keep my attention for as long as Genshin did. In all my time gaming over the years, I've been wanting to try this game for so long, but never seemed to find the right time to do so. But after seeing this new expansion trailer, I'm definitely interested even more now. This is one of the best looking MMOs I've ever seen. The character models, the visual effects are amazingly detailed and crisp, and is definitely a feast for the eyes. I would definitely enjoy seeing this as I play through this game. The combat for the game always stands out since it's super flashy, and the amount of customization for your characters is also impressive in its own right. I can't wait to play this new expansion, and hopefully we get a new MMO to enjoy, and the new experiences this game is going to offer. So I really hope to try it. I really hope it's going to be a good time too. I've been hearing a lot about this game, a little bit mixed, but mostly it's positive for the most part. With this next title, it just straight up reminds me of Transistor and how absolutely great the game was. I get the same kind of fun feeling whenever I see gameplay of Lasfanga the Time Shift Warrior. This game, along with the Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, both have time-bending elements, and it's great to see that mechanic used so differently in each game. I really like the variety of abilities you get, and I can't wait to see what kind of options you'll get when playing this game. Both of these games look very interesting. Next up is a new Animal Crossing style adventure game, and that is Fae Farm. In this game, you'll have a lot of activities to choose from, like exploring dungeons, building your own home, and farming while exploring the world with friends. This game seems like it'll have a lot for you to do, and it's even better with the fact that it has online co-op. Games like these always have that comfortable charm to them that become the kind of game that you can just relax and lose track of time of. Once you're in and start building your settlements and building up your patch of land through farming and all the other activities the game will offer, it seems like an interesting game. I know Nintendo fans are going to really love this title, and games like these are always just time consumers. They'll always keep you busy, always have new things for you to do, and they're just enjoyable overall. Throne and Liberty looks like it'd be a fun open world RPG with one of the best ways to traverse its open world. This game comes from Amazon Games, which is actually pretty cool to see that Amazon is taking steps into gaming. The trailer shows characters turning into birds to explore and get around the world, which is actually pretty awesome to see, considering that more open world games usually make you just hoof it on foot or get into some kind of vehicle to get around. It's not just birds, however, though. We even saw characters turning into wolves and running around as a pack, which is even cooler. So I wonder if we'll get even more animal transformations to unlock, and I'm also curious about how much they'll play a part in combat, the way you use magic, and what kind of abilities you'll get with each animal. The final game on our list is definitely one of the more sillier ones. I've never seen a game more silly and goofy than Party Animals, and I absolutely love it. When you see this game, you'll think of Gang Beasts. That's fine, but it's a bit different, with being an actual party game in which you'll need to work together, or you can just play selfishly and screw over your friends. It looks like a genuine good time with goofy graphics that have that charm and clunky gameplay that makes for pretty fun and memorable moments when playing with friends. The amount of different game modes are the real standout of this game, and it's great to see such variety in a game like this. The train game mode was one of the more thrilling game modes that we got to see. Not only are you racing against other players, but you can actually screw them over by making them lose the race by slowing them down, screwing up their objectives. Moments like that are what make party games so fun and enjoyable to play, especially for something like this. And that about wraps it up for our video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what your favorite games were. And you can also feel free to comment down below and let us know how our videos are doing. We're always open to criticism.